Connecting construction contractors. Any shape, any size. We solve billing problems for the construction industry. ProgressClaim.com. Job done.
G'day Tiger fans, welcome to Raw Vision, brought to you by ProgressClaim.com, and today it's time for Dimma's Dissection. And Dimma, I reckon after the game you would have been pretty pleased with the players you brought in.
Yeah, we were. We were disappointed with the loss, but to see the progression of some of the players you brought in was really exciting for us, and especially the future that they hold. You know, they are relatively young players, obviously, but the way they took on the game, the speed they brought to us was really exciting. And we have known we've had them there developing for a little while, but you know, the thing about the latter stages of the year, we're going to give those guys some opportunities, which is great.
So Dimma, one thing I thought they did bring and really help was the pressure around the ground. The young guys, just their tackle and harassment. I reckon it was nearly a season best for us in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. We ranked AFL #1 for the round, and we're probably disappointed with our efforts and intensity around the contest versus Port Adelaide, and it was certainly noticeable the players we brought in with the leg speed we brought in that around the contest was high. You know, Castagna's a quick player, Rioli and Oleg Markov off the halfback flank certainly added some leg speed around the contest for us, and they, you know, Meninger was another player, had season high pressure points with 70 for the game, which is great.
So every game you go in, you want to bring this sort of pressure, but was there an extra focus on it going in the game? It seemed to be really noticeable early.
Yeah, it was. Our tackle effectiveness last week was really poor. You know, we had a lot of tackles, but we had a lot of tackles missed where they stepped through us, and the size of probably the Port Adelaide midfield probably got on top of ours. But you know, we spoke about that to our players this week, that realistically we should bring that week in, week out. So we'd be disappointed if we play this sort of game and then don't back it up this week versus Essendon. So that'll be the bigger test for us this week.
Beautiful. Another area of the game that I liked was the centre bounce work, and Sean Hampson's getting a real clear hand on the ball and giving us some good advantage in there.
You know, Hammer's been terrific in the centre bounce. You know, the reason we did play him in front of Ivan is he can give significant advantage. The other thing, you know, we probably threw a few players through there. Jack went through there a couple of times on the weekend, and trying to get him out of the centre bounce now is going to be the hardest thing. But you know, I thought our guys hunted in and around that contest really well. The Bulldogs are elite around contested ball and clearance, and I think it was the first time they've been beaten contested ball for the year too. So it was a real big tick for our boys in that part of the game.
So how many players would you roll through there on the night then?
Look, generally we probably roll through about 6 or 7, but we're probably leaving a little bit more up to these players now to take it on their own. You know, Sam Lloyd is a half forward, Jack goes through there at stages. Just sometimes those midfielders, it's just good for their freedom as well. Sometimes have a rest up forward, and we've probably started to see a little bit through the year, but now we've probably got a full complement of players back. We're starting to see that start to develop a little bit more.
And Dustin was outstanding again.
Yeah, he was very good. He was a little bit scratchy early, kicked it away a couple of times, but pretty harsh judges, our coaches. But look, his ability to win the ball, then distribute it to a teammate is very, very good, and you know, his contested ball numbers are elite. His ability to take yardage with those possessions is really important.
Yeah, he's having a great year. Thanks for joining us, Dimma.
Mate.
There you go, that's Dimma's Dissection for this week. We'll catch you again next week.